What's up, guys? Marvelous Mark here, and I'm here to bring you my review for The Walking Dead Season 1, Episode 5, Wildfire. So in this episode, we really get to see the aftermath of what happened with the camp, and we start off basically with Andrea. We start off with her and Amy, and she's just basically grieving over Amy. She's mourning over Amy. You know, she's upset about her sister. It's her sister's birthday. She ends up putting the necklace that she got back in, I believe it was episode 2. She got the little necklace for Amy for her birthday, and she put it around her neck. You know, she was basically just staying with Amy there and just waiting until she turns, basically. And everyone was trying to help her, trying to tell her, like, hey, she's going to turn into a walker. You need to step back. You need to get back. But she's basically, like, telling them, no, back off. Even with Rick went over there to tell her what was going to happen. And she pulled the gun out on him. And he taught her basically how the safety works back in episode 2, I believe. And in this one, she points the gun at him and tells him, I know how the safety works. So she's learning a long way. She's learning, you know, and they just had to understand that she was grieving and she needed time for herself and just to put her sister down. And when she did, you know. Glenn has a moment in the episode where Daryl and I believe Daryl and Morales, I believe, they were moving bodies of the members of the camp into fires so they can burn them. And then Glenn was telling them that we don't burn them, that we bury them, that they're our people, they were our living people, and the dead are the only ones who should be, which is the zombies, the walkers, the geeks, you know, they should be burned, not their people that just died, you know. And it's understandable that Glenn he still wants to have those morals, he still wants to have that code. He wants to make sure everyone still has humanity, you know. He doesn't just want to start burning everyone or basically just getting rid of everyone in an easy way. You guys get what I'm saying, you know. We find out too, Jim is bitten. Jim he was bitten in the episode before this one, and Jackie, she ends up yelling it to the world, and I'm like, why she gotta yell it like that? Like, maybe they could have done where Jim keeps the bit hidden and something happens between there, but I understand they didn't want to do that. But I think it would have been a cool little thing to see. But we also got to see with Jim, like, the transformation into a walker. He didn't go fully into a walker, but like basically the fever, how his body feels and things like that, which was pretty cool because we get to learn a little more about how it feels like to turn into the walker, you know. Shane and Rick in this episode, they're not agreeing. They're on good terms, but they're not agreeing on each other's plans. Rick wants to go to the CDC, and Shane wants to go to Fort Benning. And Fort Benning, they said it was about 100 miles out, and this one, CDC, is closer than Fort Benning. So, you know, Shane, he's basically having a disagreement with Rick, and Rick tells him that it's my family. It's my family. I have to take care of them. And then Shane takes offense to that. Like, he tells him, I took care of them when you were gone, and you know. And Rick tells him he didn't mean it that way. And right there, they hear a little walker, they hear a little tree brush, and Rick goes one way, Shane goes in the other way. But then Shane ends up pointing his shotgun at Rick, and Dale ends up seeing that, and we can start to see the transformation of Shane as he's gonna turn into a villain. I am pretty sure you guys know that in season 2. So yeah, that happened. That was pretty cool to see. Lori is just backing her husband also. At first she wasn't sure, but now she's backing her husband, just I think really in spite of Shane. Like, she doesn't want Shane's plan or anything to go through. She doesn't want anything to do with Shane right now, at least. She just wants to back her husband and make him feel like he's doing the right thing. Morales ends up leaving. Rick tells them that whoever wants to leave can leave. You know, they don't have to go with us to the CDC. They end up deciding to go to the CDC because that's basically the best place they can go right now, as of now. And Morales ends up leaving. Rick gives him a gun and some bullets. Before he leaves too, Rick ends up telling Morgan something, telling them that they're going to the CDC, that everything over here didn't turn out as good as he thought it would be, and that he's gonna leave this note on the red car that Glenn brought in episode 3, in episode 3. Then after that, they end up start going on their way. Jim, he starts to feel a lot of pain. I think the radiator hose messed up in the RV, so they all stop. And Jim ends up telling Rick, like, just leave me. I can't take it anymore. My body can't take it anymore. My bones feel like glass. He can't do it, you know? He can't do any of that. And Rick ends up following his orders. Like, he can't tell him no. He can't do that because Jim's his own person, and Jim can do what he wants to do. He can be left on the side of the road if he wants to be left on the side of the road. Rick's not his owner, and Rick comes to the conclusion of that and ends up leaving him there. Everyone says their goodbyes. Jim lays there, and then that scene ends. And then we get to see a man named Jenner, and basically the guy who runs the CDC, basically. And he's saying he's gonna kill himself after the next day. He said he's gonna kill himself the next day, and that he's gonna get drunk tonight and all that. Which is I wonder what's gonna happen really in the CDC. I think it's gonna be pretty cool to see what's gonna happen in there. Everyone makes it to the CDC. Everyone's fine, and when they get there, there's really no walkers. I thought the characters were really panicking for no reason. I understand why they're panicking because of the apocalypse, but there was really no walkers there for you to panic about. There was one walker that Daryl shot, so I really didn't think it would be that much of a problem, you know? But that's whatever. The doors end up opening for the CDC. Jenner, he basically really didn't want to open it. I guess he felt bad for Rick and his people that he opened the door. But after that, the scene ends, so we don't really get to see what happens in the CDC right now. So I'm pretty sure in the finale of the next episode, it's going to be really good. I hope it is. I'm trying to remember a lot of it right now, just to all the way up to season 8. I just want to remember everything so I can be ready for season 8. So yeah, guys, that's my review for The Walking Dead season 1 episode 5, Wildfire. I'm gonna leave an icon right here so you can click. Make sure you hit that like button and come back and check back for more.